Hey guys, it's Mick. Welcome back to more Tales of Xillia. In the last episode, we explored Hamil, almost got caught by the Rashgal military, and made our way through the Xillia Trail. And in this one, we will be heading through the Kijara Seafalls, which is pretty much our first big quote-unquote dungeon, and man, it sure is gorgeous.
Once we cross the Kijara Seafalls, we'll reach Kara, the village of the spirits. At least the soldiers didn't come after us.
I hope we didn't make trouble for those villagers. They were so kind to us, too.
What else could we do but run? Rashagal's troops showed up.
The villagers picked the fight, not us.
How can you talk like that? Maybe they were trying to protect us.
If you're worried about them, then maybe you should go back. It was a pleasure knowing you, Jude. Thank you for all of your help.
How can you be so cold?
You'd rather I get emotional? I'm afraid I don't have that luxury. What is it you humans say? I've no time for waxing sentimental.
Because of your mission?
Precisely.
So you think your emotions would prevent you from doing what you have to do?
Can a person still fulfill their duty if they become emotional?
Only one way to find out. You'd have to try and see.
Well then, you should take your own advice.
Huh?
Just be yourself, and do what you have to do. Maybe then you'll have your answer.
I suppose.
Don't go thinking you have to act like the great Lord Maxwell here. You're only human.
Hey, are you on a mission too?
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Are you sure you really want to know?
Huh?
I don't want to make you feel like the odd one out now. So, what are you gonna do, kid? Go back to the village?
No.
All right, then let's go.
I mean, Mila does have half of a point there. Staying detached certainly does help you when you're trying to do things, but I also don't think shutting off your emotions to stuff happening around you is entirely the right way to go about it either. You can be appreciative of what those people did for you, but still acknowledge that they're kind of move on without how do I words? So it's good that Jude is worrying about what people are doing for him, but that can't let him stop him from doing what he's gotta. There it is. That's the words I was trying to find. What shop did I end up actually advancing? Was it? I think it was this. Regardless, it doesn't matter too much right now. But yeah, here we are in the Kijara Seafalls. So, again, because I wouldn't consider it a traditional dungeon as things are, because dungeons typically aren't out in the open like this, but for the purposes of the game, or like progressionist stuff, that's how I'd consider it, because it's a lot more unique than the areas where you're normally traveling around between cities and such. It has a lot more of a unique aesthetic and way of going about it than the rest of the game. So, for all intents and purposes, it's a dungeon.
Better stop thinking and start climbing.
Can we really climb this? Climb it, Jude. I guess there's our answer. Yeah, we can climb it. And yeah, most dungeons also have like sort of a sense of mystery and discovery throughout them, whereas the Kijara Seafalls is pretty much peaceful until you're interrupted with battle and you switch from your relaxing music to we gotta fight. So we're here now, I suppose. But yeah, I kind of touched on Elvin's thing before, but I didn't really say much about what I thought.
Thanks.
But yeah, I touched on Elvin's ability charge a bit before, but I didn't really say much about what I really thought about it. And that, I don't know, I kind of use it, but a lot of the times I don't either. I guess it's more situational because, and it makes you more, Elvin's already a slower and tankier character, and it kind of makes him even more so that, and sacrifices his ranged capabilities with his gun. So a lot of the time, I think it's a lot more worth it to just stay in his standard attacking mode. Because he does have a sword, but then you have your side B like that, which you can use to attack from a sort of a distance. It doesn't work against these guys because they're super small, so I guess these are an enemy where charge works more because... I don't know. Again, it's kind of a situation of, do you want to sacrifice some of his other utility in order for that increased amount of power? Is basically what I'm getting at. And normally I say no, but I also don't play Elvin super often. Jude and Mila are more about my combat style. Because if this were a Western RPG, Elvin would probably be my character of choice, because it depends on the game. Because typically in JRPGs, I tend to like the speedier characters, and yes, here is an Ifrit treasure, which we get a pet dragon. But yeah, in yeah, we'll put it on Mila. In JRPGs, I tend to like the speedier characters, but in Western RPGs, I tend to like the more tanky characters. Again, it varies from game to game, but it's really... But that's typically how my preference goes. Like, in Tales of, I like the style that the protagonists tend to take up, which is the speedy swordsman, or in Jude's case, fisticuffs. But like, say, Dragon Age, my main character is the sword and shield, sort of slower, more tanky character. So, it really depends. Man, the merfish with the sickle, that's kind of horrifying, actually, if you think about it. I keep I've done it already where, since I have healer on Jude's down B, I tend to... I'm actually going to switch that up. I'm going to put Soaring Vortex on down B and then healer on side B. I think... Because I keep accidentally going for healer when I'm trying to use Soaring Vortex, and it's like... Is fighting the only answer? I mean, probably not, but this is an RPG, so fighting is kind of a really big part of it, Jude, I'm sorry to say. We got Flash Guard and Shimmer Spin. I believe Shimmer Spin is unique. I believe Shimmer Spin is a light move, I think. Okay, so now that we're on the outer edge of these, so I mean, I've talked about this before, but this is not your entire Lilium Orb, not by a long shot. You can expand it. And how you expand it is, first, you have to unlock whatever... let me restart that. Each on the outer ring, there is always one orb that has this border around it. And in order to expand, you have to unlock that orb. You don't have a choice. That one must be unlocked. And then see how next to Alvin's name, one of those orbs turned yellow? Now, past that, now that you have this, you just need to unlock any 2 other center orbs. Any 2 will do. And then once all 3 of those are unlocked, then the Lilium orb will expand, and you'll get more nodes. What did we get from Elvin? We got a move for him, yeah? Sonic Thrust, okay. So, since we have Shimmer Spin, yeah, a light elemental move, which is, it's just classified as a normal physical move, so this one you cannot Spirit Shift like all of our other spells. And I believe for Spirit Shifting, what it shifts into is depending on the element. So I think if we can get a more powerful fire spell, but it will still Spirit Shift into Flare Bomb, if I'm not mistaken. So these 4 are really all you need in terms if you're playing Mila more physically based. But if you're using spells, then you'll want to equip her more powerful spells once you get them. And let's see, does she have anything? Yes, she has something with Healer for Shimmer Spin, and then nothing new with Sonic Thrust. Okay. Her title, Lesser Spirit, so that's probably her leveling up title. Okay, we're done in this area for now. There was a chest on top of that platform, but we can't reach it from here. Instead, we need to... That was a weird sort of pause. But instead, we just need to climb up onto these platforms. Kind of just continue looking around for materials to grab. And let's see what the Mila's new Linked art is with Jude. So we need to use Healer. And then we have Spirit Spiral, which I believe it does damage to everyone. Oh, I didn't realize that was over limit. Whoops. But yeah, it does damage as well as heal both Jude and Mila, and probably anyone caught in the circle, just like Healer. I'm not sure. Speaking of, because I have Healer, when I'm playing as Jude, I need to pay attention to characters' health a little bit more, because if I get close to them, then I can heal them like that. And now Jude has leveled up, so let's see what we can get, what we can unlock with Jude now. So we have new skill, Flash Guard, so if we block with perfect timing, we'll block more. HP Game and Swallow Dance. I definitely want to equip whatever Swallow Dance is. I think I'm going to put HP Gain on as well. Okay, and now we can equip... Okay, so shortcuts are also kind of unique in that with our base, I guess, circle arts in this case, where we just press circle and tilt the control stick, they have to be your character's moves. But shortcuts are different. With shortcuts, we can equip anyone's move to this, and if we flick the R stick in that direction, it tells that character to do that move, and they will on our command. But you can also use it just to give your character more space for their own moves, which is what I like to do normally. In specific encounters and specific games...
Something. They're like spears of stone jutting out of the sea.
They say you get unusual terrain like this at points where 2 spirit climbs collide.
Good to know. Thanks for cutting me off. But yes, in certain games and for certain encounters, I do like to equip or tell my party members to use specific moves. Like in Tales of Symphonia, I like to fight the first Sword Dancer when it first appears, which is a bit ahead of schedule. You typically want to level up a bit more before fighting the first Sword Dancer, and I'll have Colette's Angel Feathers tied to a shortcut, because if you're gonna beat the Sword Dancer at that point, the Angel Feathers is the way to go. So I'll just have her continuously use it. But most of the time, I like having the shortcuts just a way to use more moves. And yeah, the characters brought up the how the environment looks, which was something I was going to comment on, but I just forgot. And here's Swallow Dance. Is Swallow Dance considered... It's still a base art. Okay. Because not that it matters too much right now, but different arts do have different classifications as base and... Is it advanced or arcane arts?
Interesting.
And ordinarily in Tales of how does that work is that you could combo from a base art into an arcane art, but because of how the moves work in Xillia, that's kind of... It doesn't matter as much. There is a separate use for arcane arts later, but right now their classification is kind of arbitrary. But yeah, they were counting on how like the environment looks like spears coming out of the water and stuff like that. I was gonna comment on that earlier, but I forgot. But I really like this sort of rock aesthetic where it's sort of rocks that are like coming out of the ground and sort of tilting over and sort of kind of like... I don't know how to describe it except what is happening here. Where they're curving and sort of hovering above the ground that way. I like that aesthetic a lot. It happens a lot in... I remember it a lot in Final Fantasy 15 as well. I don't know, I just like it a lot. Anyway, let's move on, and I believe... Oh. First we've got a cutscene.
Now that we're almost to Nia Khera, I'm getting curious. Is it a nice place?
Yes, I'm very fond of it. It has a certain kind of serenity. When I meditate there, it feels like my power is concentrated.
Wow.
Let's take 5. All those rocks were murder on my feet.
We can rest once we reach the village.
Oh, come on, relax. Nia Khera isn't going anywhere. Right? Rest a while.
Oh, sure. Hey, I won't argue with that. Thanks, Alvin. You're a pretty considerate guy, aren't you?
Well, I do have to admit you had me worried, kid. Trying to act all tough like that.
Oh, yeah, is it really that obvious? Anyway, I really am fine. And I found that I'm pretty good at pushing all the complicated stuff out of my brain.
Is that right?
Who are you?
You like her? Is she the one who caught your eye?
All right, let her go. I could care less what you're here for, but she's my employer right now.
Then stay back. Unless you want me to kill your golden goose.
Alvin, look. Up there. That rock to the right. Can you hit it? Take a look. It could be the key to saving Mila.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just gonna watch her die then? With friends like that.
What's the expression? Out of the frying pan.
And into the firefight. Come on, let's clean up this mess.
It's charging!
So I knew the boss fight was coming, but I didn't think it was coming immediately. But one thing I do want to talk about is that cutscene we just saw. That is one of the places in the game where I know the cutscene is different from Mila and Jude. Most of the places, I'm not quite sure that I'm figuring that stuff out in editing and working out how I want to handle it that way. But this one is absolutely different between playthroughs, and you'll see the difference at the end of this video, because it's largely different, so it's not something like I could have done earlier where I'm just sort of editing it in where the, like, chronologically. Anyway, yeah, sure, let's view the tutorial. Okay, use Demon Fist. And then Soaring Vortex. What was that about? Oh, Linked Art Chains. Yes, I've talked about Linked Art Chains together, Linked Art Chains before, so yeah, that's definitely something that will be super helpful for this fight. So let's link Chains art as much as we can there. There we go. And that dealed with its health a lot. And yes, this guy is weak to fire, so I think Soaring Vortex actually is going to be the linked art I want to get the most. Ooh, Aqua Laser. Definitely want to back away from that. I remember Aqua Laser giving me a lot of trouble in my original playthrough, but I guess my original playthrough was not on normal, so we're doing a lot better now. I just remember that, like, eating through my health. Ow. Up. Can we... No, I tried to, like, backstep away from it. Anyway, let's... Oh, the battery is low. I guess I'll have to do something about that later. But yeah, let's fulfill my job as a combat medic for now. Definitely... Alvin, I was trying to heal you. Ow. Okay, we're all in a good spot right now. Oh, that's slowdown though. Okay, so we can just guard against it like that, and that'll be fine. And we should be done with just like one more Soaring Vortex. I'm just gonna keep spamming Soaring Vortex until it's dead. There we go. Oh, and we all level up after that.
Chaining our attacks for the future.
Very nice.
So this is experience.
Just keeps getting better.
It really does just keep getting better.
So you spotted that monster camouflaged as a boulder? Good eyes, kid.
Did you ever consider what would have happened if the creature charged at you instead of that woman?
It wouldn't have mattered either way. Alvin still would have gotten into that woman's blind spot.
You thought of all the angles that quickly? What are you, a tactical genius?
Genius is a good word. Not many people can think that fast.
Hey, it was nothing.
Thank you, Jude. You too, Alvin.
Hey, where'd that woman go?
Hold your horses, Mr. Honor Student. We're not gonna get anywhere if we spend all day worrying about the bad guys. Come on, let's get moving.
I mean, maybe not, but like, when someone is recently...
That's quite the spectacle. What do you say? Up for a quick dip?
If you're intent on that, I won't try to stop you. But I can see monsters waiting under the water.
Really? Because I can't see anything. But yeah, as I was saying, sure, you don't want to just consistently worry about everything, but if someone is recently antagonizing you and they just disappear, it's kind of a good idea to sort of be sure of where they are. Anyway, Alvin's Arsenal.
Hey, Alvin, about your weapon.
You've got an eye for good steel. This is one heck of a blade.
Actually, I meant the other one.
Oh, you mean this?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. It looks like it channels fire spirits and projects their arts at foes.
Yeah, something like that.
That's incredible. Where'd you get it?
Oh, I see how it is. You're the envious type. Stare all you want, kid. I ain't giving it up.
You don't have to treat me like a child.
Oh, come on. I'm just yanking your chain.
Oh, and another one. A monster. That size.
Well, that was something. I've never seen such a large monster before.
monsters who experience a mutation in their mana lobes can expand to massive sizes.
You read that in a book?
Yep.
Not much gets a rise out of you, does it? You're no fun at all.
You didn't seem particularly surprised yourself.
Well, that wasn't anything I haven't seen before.
You've traveled around the world and seen all sorts of things, huh?
All true, but I've never seen anyone pick a fight with a monster that big before.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to show you a new experience.
Lucky me.
We're anime protagonists, Elvin. We don't exactly have self-preservation. We see big monster, we punch. And that's just how it goes. And we are almost done with the Kijara Seafalls. Just one more region to go, and I believe this region also has an Ifrit's treasure, which was what I was going to actually say before getting interrupted by that boss fight earlier, because I didn't expect it to happen right then. I knew it was coming. I thought I would have a chance to walk up to it first, though. But yeah, I thought there was an Ifrit treasure in that region, but I was misremembering what region it was. That's why I was kind of like wandering around a little bit and looking at my map a bunch, because I wasn't really... I was trying to like figure out if it was the area I was thinking of or not. And it was not.
And that's a wrap.
Even successful attacks will not easily stagger boss-type enemies. Yeah, so different enemies are harder to stagger, is basically just what it's trying to say there. You can break through, it just takes different types of moves. Anyway, yes, everyone has leveled up, so let's go and sort of just deposit our skill points. So I'm gonna go that way, sort of just get closer to the edge, because I do want this to be the last one I do, so it'll expand and then I'll have another ring to go through, rather than it'll expand partway through like it's going to with Alvin. Sure, we'll do it like this then, I suppose. And we'll go look at all the skills everyone's got. Yeah, so Alvin's ring is going to expand right after we do this. There it is! So now we have another ring to go through. Okay, now that all that's done, let's go and see what we can do. Earth Guard? Sure, let's increase our resistance to Earth. And we'll do that. Sure, why not? Stable Shift. Avoid staggering when spirit shifting back into a regular spirit art. Example, Flare Bomb into Fireball. I see. Oh, right, we don't have enough SP for that. May as well use something. And we'll get both of those with Alvin, and then... Sure. May as well just use up our SP, and then we'll use it on stuff we want more later once we unlock it. Okay.
And I have awakened yet another level of hidden talent.
Sure. You'd think as a mercenary who's used to fighting, you'd be a higher level than that, but... I don't know why you're just getting all this talent here and now, but oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to look for the Ifrit's treasure more than anything else. Oh man, Alvin, you are a bit low on health, aren't you? And right, we got Sonic Thrust for you, didn't we? I'm going to equip Sonic Thrust for Up. I keep wanting to say Up B because Symphonia was my first one, and it was my only one for a long time, so I'm used to just referring to it like that. But we'll put Tiger Blade on the side art, because that's just how I'm used to them unlocking, so we'll do it like that. Ow. There we go. So Sonic Thrust, we stab forward and lunge a little bit. In some games, Sonic Thrust, your character will stay in place. In this one, Alvin lunges forward with it a little bit, which I think makes it better. The power of some martial arts are affected by stats other than P attack and A attack. These are known as substats. So yeah, some arts pull from different stats more than others. It's something to be aware of, but it's something you can mostly ignore because, I mean, you're just going to be leveling up regardless, and don't really have to worry. There it is. And we have the Guardian Emblem, which is an accessory which increases defense. Oh, sure, let's equip the heal bangle on Jude, actually. And then we'll give Jude the Elvin the Guardian Emblem. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, it's one of those things that adds a little bit more depth to the combat system, but it's also something you don't really need to think too much about. It's just something that will increase more as you level up regardless.
So, any idea who that woman was?
No clue. Although she did seem to know me.
I imagine you mercenaries make a lot of enemies in your line of work.
Although, I have to admit, she was really pretty.
I never pegged you for the bad girl type, kid. Or maybe you just like older women.
I don't know. Maybe.
I forgot about that exchange! Jude, come on, man. You're 15. Stop pining after adults. It's not gonna happen, and it shouldn't happen. Have crushes on people your own age, please. I beg of you.
Watch out.
And I guess that's something I wanted to talk about eventually. So I guess sooner rather than later. The game does kind of push Jude and Mila as a ship, but I'm not about that. I agree with Jude having a one-sided crush on her, that makes sense. But, like, I'm not about that because Jude is a 15-year-old and Mila is a 2,000-year-old Lord of Spirits in a 20-year-old body, so it's like, don't like that. So that is sort of a problem I have. Thankfully, it's not, like, explicitly romantic. The two just grow to have a close relationship, which is fine. I guess may as well use those apple gels, and we'll pick them up now. How many were in here? 3, so let's just use one more, I guess. Because I'm not going to be coming back here to pick up these apple gels, so may as well get use out of them now. But yeah, that is a sort of grievance I have with it, but again, it's not like... You can interpret it either way. I'm just choosing to interpret it the non-romantic way, because the other way kind of creeps me out a little bit. So, anyway. As I said, that was something I did want to bring up with some point, though I imagine it's kind of a controversial topic, so I was kind of waiting for a moment to bring it up rather than just right here, right now. But I guess sooner than later is probably better, so I can kind of air out my stance on that. Regardless, we have reached Nia Khera, but I think I'll wait until next time to enter it. We finished up the Kijara Seafalls, fought a boss, and, you know, just made some progress altogether. So, after my little sign-off speech, I will put on the alternate cutscene for that boss. But, so I hope you enjoy that. But either way, thank you so very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.
That Alvin. I don't need his concern. Huh?
must be tired. That was way too easy.
Who are you?
I'm not telling.
What do you think you're doing?
Where could it be hiding? That little treasure of yours. Come now, give it up.
Not a chance.
Oh, have I found your limit?
You should know. Maybe I just don't have it with me anymore.
I see. Are you certain about that? What's wrong? Does that hurt? Come clean and I'll make the pain stop.
Do what you want. I don't really care. Pain means nothing to me.
Very well. I'll have to take you with me.
Who are you?
You like her? Is she the one who caught your eye?
All right, let her go. I could care less what you're here for, but she's my employer right now.
Then stay back. Unless you want me to kill your golden goose.
Who are you? Who was it that hired you to do this?
Do you really expect me to just tell you? What do you take me for? Do I honestly look that easy to you? We're gonna have a lot of fun together later. Just you wait and see. Oh, you're just gonna watch her die then? With friends like that. Huh?
What's the expression? Out of the frying pan.
And into the firefight. Come on, let's clean up this mess.
It's charging!